Hi everyone, it's Evangeline. Today I'm going to be talking about New Orleans. The general purpose is to let everyone know what New Orleans have to offer. The specific purpose is eventually everyone come down here to my historical city and to have fun. Have you ever been to Paris? Well, me neither. But the closest place where you can get some baguettes served street side while you're looking down off the balcony and you see tap dancers and sideshow performers is right here in my city, New Orleans. Our historical arts and museums to the people of mixed races, New Orleans is the melting pot of the United States. And down here we have tons of stuff to do. New Orleans is awesome, and today I'm going to be talking about why it's awesome and the many things that we have to offer down here. First, I'm going to be talking about all the delicious down home cooked food. This Creole Cajun cuisine that you can only get from New Orleans. Second, I'm going to speak about the people of New Orleans and how Southern hospitality is not just a word but also a feeling. And last, I'm going to talk about Mardi Gras and how it's not only just a celebration but why it is also very important to us. One of the things New Orleans is famous for is its food. This Creole Cajun cuisine is like no other in the world. You can get gumbo, etouffee, jambalaya, po' boys, king cakes, the works. Every time somebody come down here, I warn them, you cannot be on a diet. It's not possible. You come down here to have fun and to eat the food. So I'm going to talk about a couple of these great foods. First, I'm going to talk about gumbo. Gumbo arrived in about the 1800s, and it's from a variety of different cultures. West Africa, Germany, Spanish, and French. Gumbo, there are three different kind of gumbo. There's a roux gumbo, there's filet, and also there is a okra gumbo. People put many different things in gumbo. I've seen crawfish, shrimp, chicken, oysters, pretty much anything you can think of, you can throw it in some gumbo. Next is the king cake. The king cake is very popular around Mardi Gras time, and it comes from the biblical three kings. In every king cake, there's a little baby, and that little baby is supposed to represent baby Jesus. Back when I was in school, in elementary school, we brought a king cake every day, probably every day or maybe every Friday. And whoever got the king cake baby was responsible for bringing the next king cake for the next time we had king cake party. And lastly, there are beignets. From our French background, beignets are a French donut. They are deep fried dough sprinkled in powdered sugar. They are so delicious. This is very big on food. But one thing New Orleans is very big on is the people who live here. The people who stay here are like no other people. You come here and there is such a thing called Southern hospitality that is not just a word to us. Southern hospitality is something that we make people feel. We let you know what it is to feel like you're actually welcome here. Like you can meet anybody on the street, any single person, and it will make you feel like you known them forever. As some of you may know, I am a waitress and I work right in the heart of the French Quarters. Every day I encounter people who have never been here and they feel like they've made a second home. I love my guests who come in and come back just to see me because they know that once they've left here, they felt like they were welcome and they felt like they were welcome to come back every time. When people come down here to New Orleans, one thing that they love to hear is the New Orleans accent. Although my accent is not as potent as it used to be, one word that is in popular demand is the word baby. I don't know why people love to hear New Orleans people say baby, but that is very popular. And speaking of popularity, one thing that is very, very popular about the city of New Orleans is Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is tradition for us, and it is very important to us as well. Mardi Gras is one of our biggest celebrations. Um, New Orleans is a Catholic city, and Mardi Gras is a celebration right before Lent. Lent is it begins on Ash Wednesday. Fat Tuesday, which is also Mardi Gras, which means people kind of binge eat and drink and celebrating before they go on Lent, which is 40 days right before Easter, and that's when they stop. So that is kind of the tradition behind Mardi Gras, why we celebrate and party as hard as we do before we go on Lent. And if you do not know what Lent is fasting where you can only eat fish in certain amount of things for those 40 days right before Easter when God was arisen back to us. Mardi Gras is not all about religion now. There is so much stuff that goes on and how it's changed over the past years that it's become a celebration for just people of New Orleans as well, not just for Catholics. But it generated as a Catholic tradition, as a Catholic holiday. Louisiana is the only state where Mardi Gras is a legal holiday. When I was back in Texas, like right after Hurricane Katrina, and it was Mardi Gras, and I was at school, and I was like, why am I here? It's Mardi Gras, because we usually have those days off because it's very important to us. That was Bourbon Street on Mardi Gras. Although I do not recommend children ever to be on Bourbon Street, especially during the nighttime, Mardi Gras or not, but there are also a lot of things that are kid oriented during Mardi Gras season. Again, New Orleans is awesome, and that is just a few reasons on why you should come down here and visit. I am Evangeline Hills, a New Orleans native, and this concludes my speech. Hope to see you guys soon.